Sorry guys, iPad problems. I'm sorry that last video cut off, but this is, I guess, part two. So I was just talking about the fact that I'm actually smaller now than what I really kind of in my mind set as my goal of how I want it to look. I've always wanted to be curvy. I never wanted to be thin. I don't have anything against women who are thin. It's just not the way I want to look. Just like I don't have a problem with women who want to be thin and don't want to be curvy. Just for me personally, that's where I want to be. And I've had a hard time trying to deal with things like seeing my collarbones or my hips sticking out, stuff like that, which even at this weight when I was in high school, I didn't, ever see that. And actually I saw my friend Max's sister for the first time in quite a few months, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're even smaller than you were in high school. The fact is I'm not. My weight is higher by a bit, but I do, and I know as well, I do look smaller, and I'm actually a smaller size. I don't know if that's just bone density or whatever it is, but I don't know. There's obviously a lot that goes on mentally when you've been overweight your whole life when it comes to your self-image, how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, your ideal of beauty, and all that. So I'm not ready. I need to do more mental work on that as well. But it is a little weird to me. And I wonder sometimes if people feel like they have to get to goal because they feel like they're only going to be accepted if they are a certain weight or if they are a certain size. And I think there's something to be said about being happy where you are. Life does not always have to be a constant struggle. And I think being this far out at this point has kind of opened my eyes a bit to the fact that this is just part of the whole journey of my life. And even though this will be a lifelong thing, I feel like I need to start concentrating on things that matter to everyone in my life. The difference for my children between having a super morbidly obese mother and an overweight, obese mother is big. The difference between having a mom who weighs 220 pounds or a mom who weighs 190 pounds, pretty minimal. If I'm a size 16 or a size 12, I don't think my kids are really going to care. It's not going to make a big difference to their lives. Things like my fitness level make a difference to them, how much time I spend with them, the things that I can do with them. Those are what matter to them now. And the same with my husband, my family, my friends. I think that in their mind, I'm at goal. I've done what I wanted to do. I'm successful. The other part of the goal discussion has to do with what goal means to you in the time-sensitive way. In that, I've actually said my goal really is to maintain a steady weight for 5 years. And that's when I'll feel like a weight loss surgery success, when I've maintained for 5 years. But I've also said that I'm not willing to work my ass off every day just to remain at a lower weight. So if the fairy came down and said, listen, Sarah, you can be 190 tomorrow, but you're going to have to work your ass off every day. Or you can be 220, but you know what? It's going to be doable. It doesn't have to be easy, but it's going to be doable. You're not going to have to devote every second of your life to staying at that weight. There is no question in my mind which I would choose, because your weight is only part of your life. And sometimes I get concerned that I'll talk about myself, that I am too into how much I weigh now. Because, I've done most of the work. And in that sense, I am at my goal. And now I sort of almost feel like I am being selfish or narcissistic by insisting that I get to my goal weight when I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with me, even my body. I think, I'll look okay. And once I have plastics, I'll look a whole lot better and I'll be a whole lot more confident and I'll be able to rock it. I don't think I look bad. I've said I'm happy with my size. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being a size 14 forever. That's fine. I can rock that. Trust me. So yeah, even if I said my goal is to get to a certain weight, even I can't really celebrate when I get there, because unless I can maintain that weight for a long period of time, which, to be honest, again, I just don't think that I can. I don't feel any vanity about that. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that I don't want to work my ass off every day to be skinnier, that I can be happy at the weight that I'm at. I don't think there's anything wrong with being happy and still being overweight or even obese, as long as you are healthy and you can accept that. If you're okay with it, then everyone else should be okay with it too. You don't have to answer to everyone. I still feel, although somewhat less, a lot of pressure to get to goal, because I feel like I'm letting down people in the community who have followed my journey. But at the same time, I'm at the point now where I realize that I would be a better example. I don't like that word, but I guess that's the best word to use. I would be a better example in the community if I were just happy where I was, if I could maintain that weight, if I could make peace with my body, if I could fix my relationship with food, than if I could get down to 190 pounds but everything else was fucked. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. That unless everything else is where I wanted it to be and I can get to my number goal, I have to make my goal the other things that are not the number on the scale or the size of my pants. I have to make the priority when it comes to goals my happiness, my family, my life, not the scale and not the number on my pants. If you disagree with that, that's cool. I'm down with that. You need to find out for you what is going to fulfill you, what is going to make you okay with you, because ultimately, I think that's everyone's goal. We all had surgery so we could feel good about ourselves, so that we could be okay with the people that we were. And weight loss surgery doesn't make that happen out of the blue or automatically. You need to do the work. And part of that work is recognizing when and where you are happy, where you can be happy, where you can maintain that happiness. It's not the same for everyone. So the work that I have to do and that you have to do is to figure out what is really going to make you happy, what your real goals are. You don't just have to have one. Your goal can be, I want to be able to, run a marathon and I want to weigh 160 pounds. Or it can just be, I want to go to the park with my kids and not be out of breath. Whatever your goals are, they are meaningful, they are important, they are exactly what you need them to be. So never minimize goals just because they aren't something that you can measure on a scale or with a measuring tape. So that's all for me right now. You'll probably hear me talk about this more in other videos because, again, it's something I've been talking about for a while. It's been a struggle for me. It continues to be a struggle for me. But, as always, I'll share that with you guys. And I hope that this was helpful to someone. I will see you guys on Friday for my weekly update. Always remember, it's not just about what you've lost. It's about what you've gained. Have a great day.